Okay, hi, it's StarSeeds channel. I'm Yoshi. So today, I am planning to have a special guest, Dr. Akira Ikegawa, as a guest today. Nice to see you. Hi, nice to see you too. The Earth will become a black hole and disappear if we don't make changes to our thoughts. To avoid this to happen, the Galactic Conference have organized a small meeting called Aim Sof, where they discuss various ways to save the Earth. And Sarah said the meeting will be dissolved on March 2021 or May at the latest. I'm not too sure what happened to it at this point, by the way. The reason why they decided to dissolve the meeting was because they came to the conclusion where the Earth is no longer under threat of becoming a black hole, and people on the Earth are choosing light future at a certain level. However, that doesn't mean our future is simply bright yet. We successfully avoided the situation for the Earth to vanish as a black hole, only as a material. Where we are heading will change upon our thoughts, obviously. Each one of us needs to focus to change our mind and thoughts in order to save the Earth. It seems we are at a very important timing, where many children carry their pre-birth memories, and also many adults are starting to be awakened. Yes, this moment on the Earth is so special that it affects the entire universe. I believe we all purposely have chosen to live at this moment right now. I have no idea if this is true or not, but children have told me Japan is one of the countries with important mission. It's a country with high demand and large numbers of competitors who wish to be born in. Those children needed to win the competition for their lives as Japanese, and it was not easy, they said. So, what they have as feeling is it is good enough to be born where they wanted to be born, including the viewers of this video. One of the things that we all need to be aware and appreciate is the fact we have a life as a person, and it is simple yet very, very precious. Yes, you are right. On top of that, if any of the viewers feel like you can be a help, just like Mr. Ikegawa mentioned earlier, the key is to change your thoughts. So, Mr. Ikegawa, what would you suggest the viewers in order to make changes with their thoughts? What kinds of state would be the best for them to be in? Okay, if there is such thing as soul for each of us, my understanding is that it is a light and energy body. So let's say it's a ball of bright light. What people can do to change their thoughts are equivalent to brighten up and strengthen the energy of this ball of light. Now the question is how? What you can do is to be kind to others. It doesn't mean to think about others all the time, but to share the joy with people around you. Joy has a deeper meaning than to simply have fun. It means to entertain yourself and make yourself happy, and share that feelings with others. Being in this state will make your soul brighter, as far as I heard. But the brightness cannot be seen because we have our bodies. And I think what makes us as human is that we keep on trying to make the invisible souls shine within our body. Every negative elements and events will make our souls even brighter. The best way is to get married, because it's full of challenges. Both men and women have beautiful and shining souls, yet they argue and be nasty, as can be, to each other, and try hurting each other. What they're doing is to set a hurdle themselves, and they won't let each other go, which is a perfect situation to brighten up their souls. It all makes sense once you get over family issues, like parents hate each other or family does not get along with each other, because that is the process to grow up. By the way, if the family is in peace and happy from the start, which is a nice thing, but it does not give you enough challenges to get your soul even brighter. It seems it's necessary to have a moment of being depressed and then burst out energy after that. It may be difficult to see it clearly if you are already in a peaceful situation, then you can start from appreciating. Some already know naturally, but appreciation will expand brightness of your soul. People find it difficult to do it though. It isn't easy to see if you're always given, and if that's how your life is, you get sort of used to it. Yes, people take it for granted to have lives, first of all. Mothers have to risk their lives to give a birth to the child. Children try to make a point by the reality, and that's how much parents need to learn. Or children pose difficult situations by being eating disorder, self-harming, killing themselves, be bedridden, or perhaps having curable disease for the parents to learn. Then the parents finally realize they were expecting children to do many things. They thought they can cope with school life, but no. The moment they have learned how precious it is that they are alive, that's when things will start changing. I wish they realize it before they get cornered. Babies are sending you messages since they are in mother's wombs. Things won't get that complicated if you can receive these messages at early stage. I totally agree with what you have said earlier. That more we shine our souls, that would help to save this earth and the world, which is simple and easy to understand. We can all brighten up our souls with a baby step in our daily lives. I guess it isn't that complicated to think that way. In another word, do things what you want to do the most. What makes this difficult is ego comes out around the age of 3 years old in general. And it needs to be removed. Oh, is that so? If you let them do whatever they want to do, ego will also grow. Adults full of this ego will simply end up being self-centered. What we need here is to be thoughtful to the others. Parents need to teach children when they are around 2 to 3 years old. Dealing this ego is very important. They can do what they want to do, of course, but is it disturbing to others, or is it going to be a help for the others? Children will need to be able to ask themselves and decide. What parents need is to ask questions to children. For example, one of my patients' boy once punched another boy in his kindergarten. Either the teacher nor the mother did not ask him why he did it, but told him off for hitting him. Now this boy kept saying it was the right thing to do. So I asked the mother to ask him why he did it. And he said this boy was mean and didn't let anyone play with the toy he had. So he went to get the toy off of him. Then he started to say bad things about his mother. That's why he hit him. But the mother still isn't convinced about hitting other child. Now what this boy learned was he was told off by helping other children. He wouldn't learn hitting was the problem, but helping others can trouble him. What happens then? He won't help anyone if this repeats. He was trying to help his friend, which is a good thing, and he should get a credit for it. She could also ask him the reason he have chosen to hit him, and if there were any other solution to choose. It does take some time and care to talk to your children, and telling them off is way easier for parents. But as a return to choose an easy way, children will stop being nice to the others. This is where you need to take time and speak to the children. Oh dear, I was thinking maybe I was not doing it right for my children. Don't worry about it. You clearly have love as a father. It's just that children don't see the love inside of you. They tend to see outside of parents on the surface. There are lots of love indeed inside, but they can't see it. What they don't understand is the true reason why and what parents do and tell them. It's all are based on love, but children only see the surface, so they find parents very annoying. It is so important to tell children how much you love them. If you have shown your endless love to your children, it will be fine to tell them off. So I want people to help children to establish their core by the age of 2 to 3 years old by telling them that how much they are loved. As long as they have confidence, the rest isn't a big issue. Including the viewers who are still in the middle of raising children and who have already finished their task as parents. I suppose a lot of people have family issues themselves in common. Therefore, many people had to deal with their difficulties throughout their lives. Yes. What would you suggest for them? It's to be aware with their mother's love. I had some patients who hated their mothers. Those problems must be solved, otherwise their baby's delivery will have a complication. Ultimately, they will blame me for that. And that's the last thing I want. I asked them to write everything down how much they hate their mums, but usually they can only write about 3 things. They thought they have loads of things to write about though. There are lots of little bits and pieces, but main causes are about 3 things. And they also couldn't write anything good about their mothers. So what I usually ask is if her parents, or either mother or her father, have taken her to an amusement park or fair. Of course there are some exceptions, but most of the people would say yes. So I ask what their facial expressions were. Then they usually answer me, they were smiling. I ask them why they were smiling, then they answer me, because they were probably having fun. It's hard to think parents enjoy children's amusement park without children. Now the problem is those people barely have images of their mothers smiling. No wonder, because parents aren't getting along, so they're not happy in these cases. They will end up fighting if they go to an amusement park on their own. I can assure that. But then they remember they were smiling, and I ask them why they were smiling. Then they realize it's because they were having fun. I tell them, you have said your parents haven't done anything good for you. But it may be only once in your life. They did try to make you happy. And then they said, you may be right. So I ask if there's anything else. Then they start remembering things like their mother used to pack their lunch for school. Then I tell them she wouldn't do that for a random child. She did it because you are her daughter. Then they realize that can be true. They took their mother's kindness for granted. They never appreciated it before.